Hello, this is Jeff Miller. This is I'm doing a peer critique for Jordan. Jordan, how are you doing today? Um, Basically, what we're going to be doing here is providing some feedback on your presentation using the rubric to grade your completed presentation, which I believe will be on Monday, coming up here on the 6th. That's right. And I'm basically just going to look at a couple of different things like um, your lesson plan, and then also your TED lesson plan. Sort of, I believe we wanted to kind of do the critique based on the perspective on the student. So that's what I'm going to do here. So let's go ahead. I did have a chance to take a look at both of them, and basically looking at the rubric as we're speaking here, number one element for 10 points is created a TED Ed account. So right away, well, there it is. So you did. Congratulations. You went ahead and created that account. I'll be going back to that in just a moment here and see how you went ahead and went through everything, how you developed your plan using the lesson creator. So let me go back here. Okay, so starting with the UDL template that was provided, looks like a couple of the biggies that you wanted to make sure that you had in there was the ISTE-NETs, and then of course all areas of the lesson plan completed. So let's go ahead and take a look here. I think you did a wonderful job. You really not only filled in each section, but you did it in great detail. That is something that I need to aspire to actually. So you actually become sort of an example of really how at least this one, and of course I've seen your other work, but you've just done a really fantastic job in class here, and it's always a pleasure, and I'm actually learning a little bit from you too. So so it looks like you filled out the lesson plan title really well. Looks like your topic of study is safety signs, and the lesson is direct and collaborative, so you're doing kind of both there. And then standards, you went ahead and not only just listed one standard, but you not only included standard 1, the empowered learner, but also kindergarten oral expression, and 4, kindergarten prevention. And then I really feel that you went over and above. Maybe this could be extra credit for you, but evidence outcomes, that's pretty important, I would say, because those evident outcomes should tie into your overall objective that is below, and you provided 4 of them as far as regards to what the students can identify. And it looks like traffic signs, signs of school environment, signs of community environment, and effective verbal and nonverbal communication skills. So very good. On the first page, you have went ahead and put the objective down, and you were very specific about your time alignment. So if I went down, and I like how you put the instructional materials as well. They're going to need, looks like a drawing of safety signs, which you have below. You actually have kind of a kind of a display or a demonstration of what that looks like, a pencil and some kind of color and supplies, such as crayons and markers and so forth. Technology, you're very specific as to what is needed. I really like your differentiation of instruction. You were really expanded. You were very specific as in regards to justifications between advanced, benchmark, and struggling students, and then some of the strategies that you would take away from those justifications. So very, very good there. Going down, and then you really summarize the notes on those other students and how you would go away and take away and build in some of those accommodations and what materials that they would need in order to best reach those students as far as extending those evident outcomes that you had before. So not only listing what those evident outcomes were, but expanding them. This is where you did that. So once again, I really feel this is an extra credit kind of thing. And it is something that I'm certainly needing to improve on myself. Scope and sequence, very specific. Day 1, this is exactly what they're going to do. They're going to enter the room, be extra, grab a computer. So really, really specific. And then you're asking questions as far as why are safety and signs important to learn? What do we use them for? And what do we see safety signs? So very specific. And you also included the TED lesson links that were built right into this, where they can go ahead and jump on that and follow through your TED lesson. So you have a think section here, you have a discussion section, so a step 4, so 1 through 4 sections right in day 1. Day 2 looks like this is more than a day 1 assignment, it's a day 2 assignment, and then you sort of tie the second day off with explaining what's going to be recurring throughout the school year. So really taking the extra step, almost like it's kind of a long-term, almost a curriculum type of what you see is going to what we should be breaking down, understanding, and learning throughout the rest of the year. So kudos for that. Method of lesson delivery, you were very specific. Day 1, this is sort of the timeline breakdown of what we just saw above. Starting with 7:30 to 7:45, this is exactly what they're going to be doing. Very specific with when classes too. I like that you put 7:30 to 8:38 p.m. and then you broke it right on down to the very end. And then from the above, you had this assessment. Tools can create their own safety chart as well, and you give an example of what you used, including what those takeaways should look like as a novice, all the way through using advanced understanding. And a little bit below, you break that down as far as what that looks like in a rubric. Let me see, you've got, it shows a 4-point scale, so you explained what the rubric was, what it stands for, everything that's entailed, right down to the anticipated plan as far as being a multiple disabilities teacher. And then your references are all APA, they are very specific. I was looking through them. I didn't see any errors. It looks like you have full sentences, or complete sentences, full thoughts, all your spelling's correct, and it looks like from what I can see, your references are also done in compliance to that APA style. So great job. I didn't have a lot of critique other than maybe I would say it's really hard to come up with something when everything is you've done this so very well. As maybe a suggestion is if you address a certain topic, or you're going to jump into the TED, or else you're going to speak about a certain chart that you're going to be using, go ahead and just place it right there. And then that way, everything that you talked about is in the same area versus having to kind of discover it as we go down the page. But other than that, great job. Let's go ahead and click on to the TED Ed, the safety signs. Watch. You have a video for them to watch as a student. I understood it perfectly. If I took a test on it, I would ace it because it was very easily understood. I thought that you did a great job really having this video kind of in line with the age group that you're teaching. Think, one multiple choice, one open-ended answer. What do signs do? Completed that. Really simply, share information, give directions, warn us about things. All of the above makes them think a little. I think that would make them think a little bit harder, because all of the above can be a little tricky. Digging deeper. Right now, you actually included some additional resources in regards to safety signs within different environmental settings. You actually included other sections with that, and then there's a discussion. So you actually have 3 guided discussions for that. Why are safety and signs important to learn? So this is very complete. So you have the 3 guided discussions, and then there's a finally, and sort of how everything ties together after watching these previous videos and answering these questions. This is what we're building on. This is what you're supposed to learn. So this is all in all between the two. Looking at your TED ed lesson plan and the 6 components filled out in depth, and then as far as how you evaluate your rubric, and then how you integrated the 2 to 3 videos within the lesson plan, I'd have to say there's a really good chance you're going to do well with this one. So once again, thank you for allowing me to critique both of these, and we will see you in class. Thank you. Bye.